Hello everybody, today we are going to be talking about 6 fragrances that are worth every single penny and 6 that are, well, definitely not. This is a suggestion, hopefully I'm pronouncing the name correctly, of a Hotmenudo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it was a great idea, so we're going to do it. Couple of rules though. These fragrances that are worth every penny, they're not clones. That would have been stupid for me to give you Cologne clones and say that they are good for the money. Obviously, they're going to be good for the money if they're replicating a $200 fragrance for $30 and doing it well. So, these fragrances, none of them are clones. They're all originals, too unique. And so, let's just get into it. So, these range from probably about $30 to $120. So I think anything over like $120 is a little exorbitant, as you'll see when we talk about fragrances that are definitely not worth it. First one I want to talk about is Dark Blue by Hugo Boss. In my opinion, the absolute sleeper of the fragrance world. Gosh, right off the bat, you get like a real floral hit. Floral, fruity, sweet. This is a fall fragrance, a spring fragrance. Maybe summer. It is still blue, bear in mind. You know, dark blue. It is still a blues fragrance. It's still kind of aquatic, but it's dark. It has those deeper notes in the complexity. I think it might be a little bit too intense for summer, but this is I think like $35 fragrance by Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss produces some absolute sleepers, and this is one of them. I really like it. Next, obviously, Coach Green. I don't know why I said obviously. It was obvious when I picked it, to me. Anyways, I went into Ulta one time and basically tried to put a nose on every fragrance I could, and the one fragrance that really blew me away was Coach Green. And I think the only reason why it did this was because it has an opening note of kiwi that is just super unique. I really don't like the bottles. They look nice, but they also have this twisting cap that locks it, so now you can't spray it. But I don't like them because the atomizer is garbage. It gave me like a third of a spray. So just right off the bat, you get hit with that fruitiness, and it's the green fruit, but you can actually tell what it is. It is a huge hit of kiwi and a little bit maybe of apple as well, green apple, but I think the reason why I really like this fragrance is because it's so unique. It's green fragrance, green fruit, but it's more playful than something like a green Irish tweed or a Tre Nuit or something like that. And it's expensive. It is anywhere from, I would say, $80 to $120, depending on where you buy it, of course, and depending on the size. But I really liked the fact that it's just unique. Does not last the longest, but it does perform well and it projects well. So number 2 is Coach Green. I like all the coaches, but definitely Coach Green I think is the best. Number 3, Versace Eros. Versace Eros. I love the lines and the bottle design. It's got all of these like labyrinth patterns. The first 2 smell really nice. Might not be huge compliment getters, not that they're not good, just that they are maybe a little bit more of an acquired taste where people be like, oh, that's nice. I'm not sure if I really like it or not. And I get that a lot with like tobacco fragrances. People are like, oh, that's nice, but I don't know if I like it or if I could be around it. Those are kind of the first 2. Not this right here is the bomb. So, Versace, for some reason, is affordable. And I'm not complaining. The Dreamer, blue jeans, Eros. I don't understand why they sell them so affordably. I know that they don't market them like a lot of the other companies do in a exorbitant way. So, Versace's Eros, a clubbing cologne, a date cologne, a friendly, exciting cologne. I think anywhere from probably $40 to $70. Versace's Eros. They have the Eau de Parfum, which I think is the best version, and I believe they have a Parfum as well. So who should wear this? The adventurous individual, the playful individual, going out at night. I wouldn't say this is like an office fragrance, but it's a playful fragrance. It is a unisex fragrance, and women really like it. So if that's your goal as well, Versace Eros does that. It's unique. I'm not a huge fan of fragrances that are just over the top, fruity. I need there to be some complexity, some depth. Eros has that. Fragrances like Happy for Men by Clinique and Herba Pura, they're just a little one-dimensional for me, a little bit too sweet. This is sweet. It's not sugary, it's not powdery, it's sweet, but it has a little bit of complexity as well. 100% worth the money in my opinion. Number 4. Hugo. This is Hugo Boss. For men, I think you could probably just stop here and say Hugo Boss, by and large, is probably the brand. Maybe them or Antonio Banderas. And obviously Halloween. Everyone knows I'm going to say that though. But Hugo Boss just produces some really good fragrances for the money. Hugo Boss. And this is... trying to make sure that I say the name correct. I think it's just Hugo Boss for men. It's a very distinct looking bottle. I had a fragrance haul that included this and green, and I think it might have even included Halloween. And I was beyond myself because I forced myself to rank them. And I put like 3 of the best fragrances of all time. And made it really hard. And this is one of them. This is one of the fragrances. So, oh my gosh, it's like a woodsy evergreen. Starts off just super masculine, super soapy body wash kind of masculine, just masculine, like lumberjack, but also gives me like fall vibes. As it sits, it gets a little bit more fruitier, a little bit muskier. So it starts off super woodsy, a little fruity, and then musk in the base. Lasts forever. Projects like crazy. Like $40-$50. If you like masculine fragrances, you'll love it. It's really good, really good. I think what I'll also do, and I was planning on doing this anyways, I did it last year, and people seem to like it, was do like a holiday, like a gift giving guide as well. So as it gets probably around that Thanksgiving time, I'll probably come out with like a best fragrance gifts to give in 2024, and I'm sure I'll be talking about some of this as well, so stay tuned. Alright, next one. I already mentioned it, and you all know it's coming. Halloween Man X. This is the X. I chose the X because a lot of the other Halloweens, they're not clones, I don't think, but they're highly influenced by other fragrances. But X is pretty unique. Dude. X is so good. I'm gonna preface this. I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. There is a heavy coffee smell in here, balanced out by a little bit of chocolatiness, tonka bean-esque, and a little bit of sweetness. That is baller. This is my fragrance that I use as an office scent. It's a fragrance that I know people will like. It's a fragrance that I know people will, even if they don't like, accept. And I just really like it. It energizes me. And I think it's like $40. This is the fragrance that you get when you want a nice office fragrance. Something that'll go all day. Something that projects nice. And if you do like coffee, this will be the icing on the cake for you. Okay. Last one. This one is probably going to be a little bit divisive. And it's Red Tobacco by Mancera. Red tobacco is very simple. It's spice, it's tobacco, and it's red notes like cherry. It is the biggest powerhouse fragrance you will ever smell. I dare you to take 5 or 6 fragrances, spray them in your room or your car multiple times if you want, then spray red tobacco. The only thing after one spray of red tobacco that you can smell is red tobacco. That's all you'll be able to smell. Such an intense fragrance. It's $80. It's expensive. It's unique. Black opium over red, like $200 for the little guy. I love deep, complex fragrances offset by red notes. So I'm a little biased, but this to me is worth every penny. And Hunter Killer by Armov does a pretty good job at cloning it, and it might even be a little bit better. But that's a clone. This is the OG. This what set the way. This is what got me into Mancera, to be honest with you. And gorgeous packaging, worth every penny. So, Hugo Boss, dark blue. Coach, green. Versace Eros. Hugo Boss, man. Halloween Man, X. And Red Tobacco by Mancera. Those are my top. I don't know about top 6, but those are definitely 6 colognes, fragrances in my collection. Sorry, I'm a little itchy. I think I'm allergic to Eros, so I just sprayed it in here. So if I'm scratching, that's why. And if I break out in hives, that's why. But these are at least 6 in my collection that I think are worth every penny. I just probably won't tell you that $160 to $300 fragrance is worth it. It's not. A $200 fragrance is not worth it by mere fact that is $200. And you know what it costs them to make that $200 fragrance? Like $4. So they just ripped you off $196. Like, nothing is worth that in my opinion. Let's shift. I want to tell you, these really are the top 6 fragrances in my collection that are not worth the money. And the first one, Sauvage by Dior. There are so many fresh, fruity, bergamot, woodsy, floral, musk fragrances out there. You don't need to go pay $150 for Sauvage. There's a lot of alternatives. Everyone and their mother is wearing this. But it is okay. It's an okay fragrance. I'm not going to say it's the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled, but certainly not worth that much. It's a fresh, clean fragrance. And it kind of reminds me of, in comparison, not the fragrance itself, but I compare it to Aventus. A lot of fragrances have done things very similar for much less. There's just no reason to have it in my opinion. Next. This one was probably, no, I'm going to say I think all of these were equally disappointing to me. Jimmy Choo Blue. I was so looking forward to this fragrance. I was told by somebody on YouTube, someone that I liked watching their videos, that Jimmy Choo Blue was where it was at. Bro, Jimmy Choo Blue, go check it out. You gotta check it out. It's okay, man. I'll get my hands on it. This guy will not last. From this atomizer to my skin, the smell will already be gone. It is one of the chillest, nonchalant, non-existent fragrances. It has no projectivity. It does not project. It has no performance. It does not last. And it's a good fragrance. But this is a $100 fragrance. And I can't even smell it. And I just sprayed it. Nothing about this warrants $100, in my opinion. It's sad. It is a good fragrance. In fact, let's spray it. Like, even just doing that, like, I can barely even smell it. It's powdery. It kind of reminds me of light blue a little bit, but more of a masculine version. Next, I don't know if this cologne was different when I smell it in the store. You know how they do that with the testers. They make the testers even better. That's like when you go to, Best Buy or any of those stores that have the headphones. The headphones sound much better than the real headphones because of how they're set up and whatnot. And this is one of those fragrances. When I tried it in the store, I thought it was great. Then, when I got it, it's L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. This is a eau de parfum. This is, $150 to $180 for this guy. It is everything that I love about a fragrance. Beautiful, rich, amber, unisex, boozy. Let's spray it. Yeah, a little bit of that. Almost like a cardamom. Winterized fall fragrance, deep, complex. At least I thought so. Now that I've smelled fragrances like Stronger With You. I should have bought that instead of this. Crap. Next time. The reason why I got this was because the girl I was dating, this was one of 2 fragrances she actually liked. Bought it. I'm so disappointed with Yves Saint Laurent. I'm so disappointed with L'Homme. Oh my god. Don't get it. I don't know if there's an alternative. I know, like Fragrance World makes Blue Electrique cologne in the Jack. I don't think that there is a mainstream superb clone of L'Homme that takes the DNA and makes it better. I don't know. Let's just, you know what? I just realized this. Half of this list is Yves Saint Laurent. Wow. Let's just go with the Yves Saint Laurent ones. Yves Saint Laurent, myself. I will never say that this fragrance isn't great, because it is. But good God, is this a $160 fragrance? No. This is fruity. This lasts about 3 or 4 hours, and then it's gone. The parfum, is it worth $180? No. It's not bad. These fragrances, they're not bad. And this list is not called fragrances that suck, that aren't worth the money. They're decent fragrances. But you have the same situation that you have with Sauvage. It's not that unique. It is like bergamot, lemon, citrus, woodsiness, muskiness in the middle, in the base, patchouli. Over and over and over again. Fragrances have done this. The difference between Yves Saint Laurent and all the other fragrances is, as one of my viewers correctly pointed out, they gotta pay Adam Levine to go away. They have to pay Lenny Kravitz. Now, Sauvage, you gotta pay Johnny Depp. Who do you think's paying Johnny Depp? Not them, you. When you buy these fragrances, you are paying for their marketing budget as well. I think that's why the Valentino fragrances are as expensive as they are too. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Myself is not bad, but for $160, you are insane. Absolutely insane. Next, the last Yves Saint Laurent, and it's Y-Men. I really liked Y-Men, but this is a $120 fragrance. This is the new Eau de Parfum Intense. And like I said, I really like it, and I'll wear it from time to time. And when I wear it, I do tend to get compliments, but it is a fairly generic notes. I've talked about this fragrance over and over and over again. Fakar by is it Latafa. Does it 98% there, $20. So Yves Saint Laurent, just across the board, their stuff is good. Their stuff is like $40, $50 good, and they're charging $150 to $200 for it. It's always going to be on my list of products that are absolutely not worth it, and I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. My last product that is 100% not worth it. Bleu de Chanel. This is the Eau de Parfum. Man, I think people just get kind of starstruck with Bleu de Chanel. Oh my gosh, it's Bleu de Chanel. It's Jeremy Renner's fragrance. Oh, I've seen the commercials. I saw this guy one time in a video. He literally carried Bleu de Chanel with him everywhere he went because he knew that as soon as he sprayed it, it was gone. It doesn't last. It doesn't project. So he would spray, and within 10 minutes he would have it. He liked the makeup of it, but the fact that it did not perform. This is $160. This is a $160 bottle. I might even be more. I bought it for $160. Weak atomizer. Like right off the top, you're getting a little pink pepper, some sweetness, floralness. Like, it's a blues fragrance. No blues fragrance should cost $200. It's insane. And after tax and shipping, that's what you pay for it. And like I said, it does not last. It does not project. It is a ripoff. Bleu de Chanel, Eau de Parfum. That's the best version of it, and it's still a ripoff. You know what I should have included on this list as an honorable mention? The One by Dolce & Gabbana. That's an honorable mention. It's like a $60, $80 fragrance. The same thing. It does not perform. You spray it, 2 seconds later it's gone. Crazy. And that, to me, things that are either highly overpriced or things that do not project or last or perform, those are the things to me that are just in a million years not worth it. In a million years. Let's recap. Dior Sauvage, Jimmy Choo Blue, Yves Saint Laurent's Mysf, La Nuit de l'Homme. Excuse me, La Nuit de l'Homme. Where did that come from? That one too, though. L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent, Eau de Parfum. Yves Saint Laurent, Y-Men, all the Y-Mens, especially the Parfum and the Eau de Parfum Intense, and then the Bleu de Chanel. So, if you've been with me this long and you forgot about what the good fragrances are, I'll do that again too. It's Hugo Boss Blue. Wonderful fragrance. $30, $40. Highly recommended for fall and winter. Coach Green. Crazy fragrance for spring and summer. Has a kiwi note. Totally unique. $80, a little more expensive. Versace's Eros Party Cologne. Super bright, energetic, fun, fruity notes. Wear it clubbing, wear it at date nights. Hugo Boss for men or Hugo Boss man. Super masculine, evergreen, woodsy, super in your face, testosterone. $40, $50. Red Tobacco Mancera, $80 to $120, depending on where you get it. And whether you want the intense version, I say don't. I say just get the regular version. Intense. This is intense. Beautiful fragrance. It can be 4 seasons, depending on how you pull it off. Halloween Man X. This is the one with the tonka beans and the coffee notes that are really pleasant. All day wears. $30. Well, there you go. Gonna be taking a bit of a break from the fragrance videos for about 2 weeks while I have a special series coming, working on that. when I come back, I will definitely have a haul video. Maybe a haul video after that, maybe 2 or 3 weeks of haul videos. And then someone requested that I do a deep dive into every fragrance and show every fragrance in my collection. So I think I might do that. So when we come back after Halloween, I'll have at least 4 or 5 weeks of fragrance hauls.